What are the real world consequences of a partial government shutdown? Unfortunately, that is a part of this shutdown story that I feel people are not focusing on enough. Yes, federal workers are either being furloughed or they're being forced to work without pay. They'll get paid later, but there are already some negative impacts on our environment, specifically in our national parks. Now, employees at national parks are not considered essential workers, so many of them have been furloughed. And as a result, the national parks are being vandalized in some cases. There is an overflow of human waste, fecal matter. Since the government shutdown began on December 22nd, the nation's 417 parks, battlefields, and monuments have become unsupervised playgrounds open to the public with few, if any, staffers to rein in rampant littering, illegal parking, and human waste. So the porta potties and pit toilets have become so overflowed that it's become a safety concern, a health concern. And so many of the parks are starting to shut down completely. They're not allowing people to come in. Joshua Tree National Park, one of my absolute favorite national parks, is now shutting down the campground, so people are not allowed to go camping there. People traveled from out of state just to go camping there and they've been turned away. The Yosemite National Park Twitter account tweeted the following: the Hetch Hetchy and Mariposa Grove are now closed due to lack of restrooms and resulting impacts from human waste. People entering closed areas are being cited. So, and then people are, using dirt bikes in areas that they're not supposed to be using dirt bikes and destroying, Mother Nature in that way. It's out of control.
I actually think it's a great allegory for the Trump administration. Total chaos, no rule of law. And rampant littering, illegal parking, and too much human waste. Pretty much nails it. Right? Illegal parking to me is the Trump guys parking their businesses in the middle of our government and trying to profit off of us. They've littered the landscape with horrific tweets and ugly charges, etc. And the human waste speaks for itself.
So we cover all sorts of heartbreaking stories, but for some reason, like this story is beyond heartbreaking for me because these national parks, I mean, it's an escape, honestly. Like you're going through a stressful time, whether it's in work or your personal life, whatever it is, you go there, you reconnect with nature, you clear your mind, and you feel a lot better, right? It reminds you of the beauty in the world. And to know that it's being destroyed like this, for instance, one report by Mother Jones says people are relieving themselves outside the confines of park bathrooms, many of which have been locked. A Yosemite employee says, quote, "There's more trash and human waste and disregard for the rules than I've ever seen in my 4 years living here." And what I also found fascinating in watching various local news reports about this story is that locals in the area, especially at Joshua Tree, are blaming the federal government for it. But one man was quoted as saying, as he's like volunteering to help with the cleanup efforts, he was quoted as saying, "I'm not gonna let the federal government do this to my backyard." But the federal government helps to keep your backyard clean in this case, right? It's the Trump administration, Trump specifically, who's refusing to even negotiate because he's demanding $5 billion in your money, taxpayer money, to fund the border wall.
Yes, I mean, it reminds me of the sign that they had at the Obama protests that the Tea Party put together, where they said, "Get your government hands off my Medicare." Medicare is a government program. The government takes care of the parks, and when it's not around, you see the disaster we have. But of course, they learn nothing from it. They twist it into, "See, I knew it. The government can't do anything right." That makes no sense at all. And taking what is beauuful in the world and putting human waste all over
like
it.
One of the
Once
few
again,
things,
a great metaphor
left
for Trump.
I know. It's like, let us have one beautiful thing in this world, but no, it's got to be destroyed. So unfortunately, a lot of these parks are shutting down until the government reopens. Some of them are allowing people to come during the day, but they want people to leave at nightfall. So Joshua Tree is allowing people to come in, but you're not allowed to camp there for the foreseeable future. So this is the real consequence, not only on the federal workers, but also to our environment, to our national parks, something that I personally value a lot. And it's something that I wish we had a mature president to consider, but he won't.
So last thing is a volunteer at Joshua Park said, once those porta potties fill up, there's no amount of cleaning that will save them. At that point, I think I'm gonna have to tap out. Yeah, I wish we could tap out of this administration. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.